So, what's up, guys? This is Cason. He graduated from Lawton High School in 2012. He is now an actor. So, you've been a ref, National Guard, serviceman. You've been a lot. So,
Yeah.
the first question I ask everyone is, who is the hardest person you ever had to play against?
See, man, I've been watching your podcast, and I knew this question was the first one. And I've been thinking about it, but I don't know, man. Like, I've played in Florida, in country schools, Lawton High, like even pickup games or league games out here in LA. And Austin Rivers, he was nice with it. He was a couple years older than me. He was nice. One of Gary Payton's kids, can't guard him, but I don't know, man. It's just I'll give you a straight answer. Anybody quicker than me.
Anybody quicker? Anybody quicker stuff. So you said you bounced around a lot of schools and stuff. So how was like your high school experience?
Oh man, I loved it. Freshman and sophomore year, I was in Florida, and I have people out there that I treat like family. They are family. I had long blonde hair and I had the little Bieber flip going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this story real quick. So my freshman year in high school, right, we had tryouts, basketball tryouts, and Oklahoma State all day, right?
No,
and
I'm sorry.
I'm in Florida, right, and it's JV tryouts, and we're doing 3-on-2 fast break weave drill, and you get to the free throw line, you do a jump stop and a bounce pass, right? Well, I'm wearing an Oklahoma State outfit, top and bottom, all orange, long hair, about 6 foot, skinny as bones. And I did this jump stop, bro. I did this jump stop, and I was face planting right in front of the coaches, right in front of the players. And that's probably one of the most embarrassing times I've had playing basketball. But I ended up making the team, so
that's
it was
good.
cool.
Yeah, that's good.
And then junior year, I moved back out to Oklahoma, and then lived with my grandpa out there. Went to Elgin. Had a great time out there, man. I try not to have regrets in life, but I don't know. If I could redo it, I would have stayed in Elgin my senior year because we had a squad too, and I loved it out there. I mean, I got family out there too. And my junior year, I told myself I was going to try everything, right? And so my junior year, after basketball season, or before basketball season, I tried out for the football team. I wanted to play quarterback, but they already had a good quarterback, and they're like, "Let's put you at receiver." And I was like, "Man, this ain't it." This ain't it. And so then I ended up trying out for the mascot, and I ended up getting the mascot for football. Bro, it was the most lit time I've ever had.
I heard it's fun, man. I heard it is.
Bro, like you do whatever you want. I got mascot fights. I was doing push-ups for touchdowns. I threw up in the head one time. I drank a bunch of Gatorade, did some push-ups, and it came right back up. It was And then yeah, senior year, transferred out to Lawton High. I started to play the season. We had our first tournament in Pampa, Texas. And then the transfer rules came back and said, hey, you can't play. We'd have to move you down to JV. But, being a senior who's good at basketball, you're like, man, I ain't trying to play with no chumps. And so I was like, let's just try to figure this out on my own. And then ended up working like that. I had a couple tryouts, I had some JUCOs. I wanted to go play at Northern Oklahoma College in Tonka. But I went to a tryout there with a buddy of mine, and the coach brought all of his recruits in. He wasn't really looking for outside help, so that was a scratch. And then I went to NEO in Miami, and I did a really good tryout there, and everything was looking good. And the coach called me back. He said, hey, I want to talk some more, but I want to see some film from, like, senior year and whatnot. And I was like, and I don't have any. And so when I told him that, he was just kind of done with it. So I was like, life happens for a reason. And then soon after that, I ended up busting up my knee playing ball. And then I ended up joining the military.
And okay, I'm happy you donned in the military. So I was going to ask you, like, what made you want to do that, and why? Like, why'd you choose the National Guard?
So after basketball, like, you'll realize this as you get older, and no matter what your path takes you, it's hard to give it up. Basketball, like, no matter, it's something you put your whole life into, and at the end of the day, it's a game, and it's not going to give you everything it's got back. It's just a one-way relationship. And so after basketball in college, I was like that kid here in high school pretty much just to play sports. Like wasn't the smartest kid, but basketball was my thing. 3 to 4 hours a day, go in the gym, just work out, play ball, whatever. And so once basketball was done, I just didn't really have a drive to be in school. So I took some time off, and then I had a good friend of mine. He was like, hey, bro, the National Guard, man, if you want to go back to school or if you want to go to try to play somewhere or whatever, it's a great deal. And I was like, all right, it can't be that bad. I can still take care of my grandpa out on the wildlife refuge.
Mm-hmm.
And my unit will be at home too. So I was like, all right, man, it sounds like a good deal. And so my goal was to try to use the National Guard and go back and play college basketball. But then I think it was the summer of 14, 2 years after I graduated, I was out in Florida for the summer for like a month or two with my sister. And I was playing pickup ball, and this dude, I had landed for a rebound and my legs were extended, and he came straight into my leg and full hyperextended, some minor tears, and I was like, it's not worth it. And so I just did my thing after that, and that was it. Just play in leagues and whatnot, and the military. I mean, it was great. I was a recruiter in Duncan. My office was right across the street from the hospital in Duncan,
Mm-hmm.
and so it worked with refereeing too. I just go ref and make some extra cash.
Right.
Yeah, so
And
it was chill.
yeah, so you're an actor now. So
Yeah.
what really made you want to pursue like a job like in acting?
So it's something I've always wanted to do, but growing up in Southwest Oklahoma, there's not much opportunity.
Right.
There ain't much. It's all lower middle class. There ain't much class up here that says, hey, you can go do this or that besides sports.
Right.
And so it was always kind of a pipe dream, right? And so I would say about 2017, I started getting serious with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this little scheme, come be an actor, whatever. We're looking for new talent. Came a lot, and I was like, hey, you know what? Try it out. Well, I met this really nice lady there who was running it, and we started talking. And she's like, you could actually do something, whether it's with us or not. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. So from then on, I started trying to work on myself. So 2017, I got braces, trying to fix my crooked smile,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started looking some stuff on YouTube on how to be more successful and what steps I need to do.
Uh-huh.
And so after that, I started doing some monologues in the city, Oklahoma City, trying to do some stuff with the agency up there. And then I signed with the agency in Tulsa. And it was just minor stuff, nothing crazy, big payout, nothing. It was just something to say, hey, I signed with an agency, right?
Yeah.
And then about 2018, mid-18, there was this agency in Chicago. A friend of mine was actually working for, and I met him on my semi-pro football team. And he does acting. He has a family, and he's got a lot on his plate, so he doesn't do it as much as I think he should. And so I went up to Chicago and did an audition for them. And they were really kind of picky and choosy, and they were real businessy. And I mean, that's how the business is. It's very uptight, businessy like that. But I wasn't getting the right vibes from them, especially they were telling me like, oh, you have to do your own photo shoot, headshots here, and it's a certain price. And I'm like, nah, I got a guy in Florida that I went and did a whole photo shoot with for not even half the price of that. So I'm like,
Right.
it just wasn't worth it to me. So then I told myself, I wasn't going to school. I was still in the National Guard part-time, and I'm like, I need to save some money because I made, dream boards and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I made myself kind of a makeshift dream board, a little whiteboard, and I wrote down all my goals and how to get there and everything else. And so I was like, I need to get a good full-time job, paying job. And so I applied for recruiting with the National Guard. And so that's a full-time job, right? It's active guard. And so I found a sergeant who was looking for help in Duncan, and we kind of hit it off. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll hire you. And I was like, this is perfect. And so by the time I was 24, I was making mad money. I owned my own house, had my own car, had a government car, everything else. Like, life was cake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I could have worked there 15 more years and been set. I could have done recruiting the whole rest of the time, right? But I'm a believer in challenging yourself. And I mean, if you want to live safe, fine, cool, calm, collected, whatever, that's for you.
Right.
Like, I could have had a house, a boat, on a lake, something, right? But to me, there's no challenge in that. And I'm like, we only have one life to live, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why not try everything you want to try before it's all said and done? Because we're not guaranteed another minute or tomorrow.
Right.
Especially something like now, you got the coronavirus going on. It's like, man, you can get sick, you can die at any time. Like,
Right.
enjoy your life to the fullest. And so I told myself, I was like, all right, I need to save $15,000 in order to move successfully to LA or New York. So I had those two options, LA and New York. I had a connection in both. New York, I would have had a job working security at NBC University at Rockefeller Plaza. I had an N who ran security there, and then he was going to get me an internship on one of the shows. Only negative thing with that is he was about to retire, and if I would have went up there, I wouldn't have known anybody.
Right.
And so I was like, I was like, I don't know about that. And so here in LA, I have a family relative through marriage who said, hey, if you come out here, I'll help you out. And I was kind of skeptical, right? And he's got his foot in the industry very well. And so I was like, I'm gonna save up $15,000. That should hold me over for at least 2 or 3 months. And I'm gonna move out there and I'm gonna do the thing, right? I'm just gonna do it. And so I came out here, and then my first day, I called him up and he was like, hey, I got you. And so from then on, man, I've met NBA players, I've met royalty people, I've met actors, actresses, rock stars, everything. And for me, acting, it's kind of natural in a sense. I mean, I'll always love basketball. I always want to be a coach, and I even coach on the side as well. Like I train kids privately. But acting is like, man, it's so fun because like you can just act, you can be different characters, you can write your own stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like the grind is always there, and you're competing, and I love to compete. Like just being an athlete, like you love to compete, and so yeah, man, it's a beautiful grind. It's hard, and people don't realize how hard it is to be an actor, but it is hard. It's tough.
Go ahead, keep going.
So like, and to stand out, you don't want to just be an actor. Something I found out when I got here, I joined this little film crew and this class, and where it's taught me how to write, direct, produce, act, everything. And so right now, I just actually finished a script of mine. It's for the 22 veterans a day commit suicide movement. And the title is simple. It's called 22. And it's about this guy who comes home from war. He finds his wife left, or his fiance left a little Dear John letter, and then he just kind of goes through PTSD, and then he starts getting into suicidal thoughts. And then I added some extra stuff at the end to make it different. And I don't know, man. It's weird because how that started is I was working with my film class, and we did this piece on human trafficking through Mexico. And I was an undercover Homeland Security agent, and I was like, man, I really like this meaningful stuff. And one of my favorite actors, Ashton Kutcher, is all about it. Like, man, I love that guy. He's incredible. If you ever get a chance, look up everything he does. And so I was sitting there, and I was just thinking one day, and I was like, man, I want to do something meaningful, something that people don't talk about, but they know about. And so then 22 veterans a day commit suicide. I'm sure it's more now, especially with this going on. But I was like, man, I want to do something that brings awareness, lets people talk more about, and something that people can use. Because like in the military, you have PowerPoints and cheesy videos and stuff. And I'm like, I want to make something that's not cheesy, that brings awareness, and then has additional stuff that I can't really talk about right now. Right. It has additional stuff at the end to where it makes it different, to where I can sell it to, say, private or like the U.S. Army contractors like that they can use in classes. And then my old unit's getting deployed soon overseas, and I want them to be able to use that while they're still overseas, to show them that, hey, if I can do something like this and I can put out awareness of such, then like you can do anything. Right. You can do anything. Like, you'll be fine. I have your back while you're over there. And if you have any questions, I'm going to have resources and everything else that'll help you if you start getting in a mindset, whether you're there or at home. So yeah, I have really big plans for it. We'll see. And I just finished the script, and I sent it to a friend of mine that he can get me just about anything that I need. Like, have you seen Criminal Minds?
Yeah.
So Joe Montana. Yeah, Joe. I'm trying to get him as a celebrity endorsement for it, and so that is I believe it's about 80% chance that could happen. So if that happens,
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying, man. I'm really trying. So we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. So what similarities do you see from like a sports aspect and like a acting aspect? How do you think those kind of correlate together, if any?
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. So acting is like a sport, exactly. You have to practice, you have to train. I mean, depending on what kind of actor you want to be, like me, I want to be able to take my shirt off and have those sexy scenes or whatever, and be fit. Well, there's like a bug flying in here. You have to be fit, you have to work out, you have to diet, you have to exercise, and you have to get your facial expressions right, then you have to get your tone right, then you have to memorize just whole scripts. And then if you want to do theater, man, theater is even tougher, because if you're just acting on camera, like, you can forget a line, everybody freeze, they'll feed you a line, and then you can go about your business doing your acting. Well, in theater, it's like you have to have every bit memorized along with your actions, your timing, everything, and you can't mess that up because it's live. So I mean, I prefer acting on camera. I don't mess with theater.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, the training aspect, the practice, the hours. I mean, it's like, so all right. Say you're Ben Simmons, right? That man cannot shoot a 3-pointer to save his life at all. So if he doesn't practice that, he's never going to get better at a 3-point shot. Like, he's going to just be stagnant. No one's going to be like, I mean, he's going to be easy to figure out how to guard, right? He already is. You just give up the 3 and make him come to you, and then we can double, whatever. Well, acting's kind of the same way. If you get stagnant to a point to where you're not bettering yourself, then you just kind of stable off and then you kind of die out. You always want to try to get better. That's why I try to act, you write, you produce, you direct, try to work the cameras, the lights, everything. So I mean, it's very similar. It's just it's different in obviously everything that you do, but the way you come about it is
exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. And so, so you said you met a lot of celebrities and stuff. Have you been starstruck by anybody that you saw?
Bro, 2 people. I don't get starstruck, right? Like, they're just normal people. I don't get starstruck. But 2 people got me, bro. Steve Carell. I was at my film class, right? We went to go eat lunch at this burger place. And I walk in and I was like, oh. I was like, it's Steven, it's Stevie. And this dude was just chilling. I didn't go up to him and say nothing, right? Because he's with his family, just chilling, eating a burger. This dude's rocking some New Balance shoes, some blue jeans,
like a regular guy, yeah.
Had a hat, beard, sunglasses. I'm like, what? And I was like, I couldn't believe that, because he's one of my idols. Like, I want to be that kind of celebrity to where it's like you're a well-known actor, but you're low-key. Like, nobody messes with you. You don't do anything. You just have your family. You live your life, but you're really successful. Like, I want that. And then Kenny the Jet Smith. I was eating at Chili's, and a dude walked by my table, and I was like, that's the Jet. And I was hanging out with my homeboy, and I was like, hey, that's Kenny. I was like, hey, Kenny. I was like, what do you think about OKC taking on Golden State this year? And he just started laughing. He's like, get out of my face. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Man, that's crazy. I don't know what I would have said if I would have met them.
Oh yeah, man, it's cool. And just like, even like the celebrity standpoint, like people I play basketball with, like I won't mention their names or nothing, but like I was on a team with a well-known coach's son, and then I played with other players' kids, and I'm like, it's crazy, man. It's like, man, you don't see this stuff in Oklahoma, like not for a second. Yeah, it's crazy.
So like, so what are some of like the biggest differences you think of like how like actors are like portrayed, like in like actors trying to come up, like how I'm trying to think how to say it. So like, how hard is it to get like a big role in like a film, or like, you know, if you're just trying to kind of come out, like what is like kind of like the steps in that?
It could go one of 2 ways. You could, excuse me, you could audition for a role and you could get it, right? You could be exactly what they're looking for. And this could be your first major role, right? Say you haven't done anything big before, and they're like, man, this guy, his look, his voice, his face, everything, that's exactly what we want. It can happen like that. Literally an overnight success. It could happen. But the realistic side of it is you have to grind, struggle 10 years, 15 years, 20 years before anything like that happens. And that's typically the people who are just trying to do acting or whatever, and they just throw their hat into auditions here and there or whatever, and not really striving to get where they want. And so a difference that I'm trying to set myself apart is with writing, directing, producing, acting, everything. So that way I make myself more of an asset to any type of company, and then you can make connections and move forward like that. It's all about connections out here. And you have to be working on your craft.
Yeah. And so are you happy with how you chose LA than New York, or do you still kind of be like, I wish I could give New York a shot?
Man, I was in New York for Christmas, right? And that place was crazy. Like, I love New York. But I am super happy that I came here, and it's crazy how one choice can change everything, right? Like, if I didn't come out here, who's to say that I would have had this idea that I have for this 22 script if I would have went out there? And it's just like, it's completely different paths. Like, I'll share this story with you real quick. It's like, so my mom came out here when all this quarantine right before it started. And I picked her up from the airport. I was going through some stuff, and we went up to the mountains, and we were eating at this restaurant. And this dude sitting right behind us had this heart attack or a stroke or something like that, and he was gone for a good 5 seconds, like no heartbeat, no breathing, no nothing. And me and my mom sitting right there, like me being military, and she trained 911 dispatchers for years, and so we knew how to step in and handle that situation, right? And so, I'll tell you this: I am face to face with this dude. I'm about to try to give mouth to mouth, and his eyes open up, and he takes a big gasp of breath, right? Like he comes back to life right in front of my face, and I'm like, man, just think. If we didn't stop at that gas station, or if I didn't stop at the side of the road and take a picture, then who's to say we would have been here? Who's to say somebody wouldn't have saved his life if that would have happened? And so I kind of keep that same mindset. It's like, if I wouldn't have came out to LA, I wouldn't be where I am, who I am, doing what I am. Like it would have been completely different. I just think everything happens for a reason, and every choice you make always has an effect on your future. And you just have to keep those blinders on and just keep straight with it.
Yeah. So so what's the biggest role that you've played in so far?
Man, I've had some major roles on just like short films that me and my class have done and stuff. Nothing big, but I was a sheriff on the show Bosch on Amazon Prime for an episode. That was pretty cool. I haven't seen it yet. It's out, but I haven't seen it yet. I had a fun one. I was working on this independent film, and they needed somebody who wasn't afraid of heights. And I'm like, oh, okay. Pay was like $400 for it. And I was like, all right, cool. And so they had this big prop, right? And it was probably about 60, 50 feet in the air, way up there, right? And they harnessed me in, and I was like some doctor writing on something, and they hoisted me up there, and I was just chilling on this massive prop all day, just getting paid. And I was like, man, this is chill. I was like, I get paid to do this. Like, this is crazy. So those are probably my two biggest, most favorites. I was cast to be in a Dennis Rodman documentary. I was supposed to be the neighbor of Dennis Rodman when he was at the college and Ardmore. He played out there for a little bit, but they canceled that production because Dennis Rodman got busted in China for like stealing something. That was like last year. I don't know if you remember that.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been the biggest one.
Yeah, that would have been yeah.
Other than that, just been chilling, doing work.
Mm-hmm. So all right, here's the bonus questions.
All right.
So who's your top 5 favorite actors and actresses? Or just give me top 5, just within those.
Will Ferrell. Easy, boy. I love that dude. Some people might not agree with the woman, but Jennifer Aniston, mostly because she's hot. Jim Carrey, Steve Carell. Man, you got me thinking. You should have prepped me for this one. I'm thinking about all the movies.
Well, you got one more, man.
I'm going to go with the cliche of Tom Cruise. I like Tom Cruise.
You can go with Denzel? I figured you said Denzel.
I was low-key. That was in my head, and I was just thinking of more. I was like, Tom Cruise is really good. Denzel is really good. All right. People might not agree with this neither, but I love Kevin Hart. I think he is a great actor.
You think
so?
If
you see him, easily, bro. Like what's the movie he was in with that old white dude?
Get Hard? No, not that one. Not that one. That was a good one. No, I know what you're talking about. He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he took care of him. Like Kevin Hart, he can go from this comedian.
I know I've seen it. I cannot think of the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
It's like he can go from this comedian, this funny guy, like
that was like a serious movie.
Bro, right? Like easy, bro. That's like, have you seen 50 Cent's movie where he was a football player and got diagnosed with cancer?
Yeah,
yeah. That should have won an award, bro. 50 Cent put everything into that. That man was massive. You know how big he is, right? That dude lost all of his muscle mass with skin and bones to play that character perfect. I'm like, how does that not win an award? Anyways, but Kevin Hart, man, I think that dude is incredible. Incredible.
Most people, I haven't even really heard people would say him. You know what I'm saying? He's really known for a comedian.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at that movie, I mean, he switches it up and he does great. He does great at it. And so I respect him a lot, man. I respect him. People were kind of bashing him when he was going through stuff with his wife, and then he got in that car accident. I'm like, man, he's human. People make mistakes. I'm like, it is what it is. You got to live and learn. That's like, oh, man. I don't even know how I'm getting into this. The whole thing with Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. people were like bashing him on Facebook or whatever. And I'm like, look, the dude, he was young. He went to a party. He made a mistake. Things happen. And it's like, if he wouldn't have lived and learned from that mistake, then okay, then maybe he's not, maybe he's just the basketball player that people look up to because he's good. But no, this man ended up learning like 6 different languages, had a beautiful family, raised daughters, and all while dealing with NBA fame. And he did
Writing
everything within
books,
the
man. He did a lot, yeah.
everything. And he was just he turned himself into such an intelligent person. And people don't realize that. And they just see for what he did way back in the day. I'm like, people change, man. Who's to say that we don't go back in your history and see some stuff that you did, but here you are today being an amazing person doing all this stuff. I'm like,
Right.
you can't judge people like that. Like, we've all done stuff. You can't judge people for like that.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I love people's come ups. So yeah, life lessons, man. It's all about it. You'll learn it as you get older.
Yeah.
everything's a life lesson, man.
Mm-hmm. And so the second question is, you got to start, bench, and cut one. So Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, or Dirk? You got to start, bench, cut.
Oh, that's tough. Timmy, Dirk, and who?
And KG, Kevin Garnett.
Dang. Bro, Dirk's my favorite player. This is going to be tough. Timmy, man, he can do it all. Timmy can do it all. That boy can score. He can play defense. KG, you don't want to get that man upset. When he starts seeing veins popping his little ball head,
for real.
start slamming the ball in his head. But then Dirk, you got offense all day. Unstoppable. Man won a ring by himself practically. Them bums. Dang, dude, why you got to hit me with that one? That's tough. All right. All right, man. Forgive me, Timmy. I'm going to cut Timmy. I know. I'm going to cut Timmy. I'm going to bench Dirk. And I'm going to start KG because I love the way KG plays, bro.
Yes, man. Because mine was complete. Mine was start Tim, bench Kevin, and then cut Dirk. That's what I was going to do.
So look, you got defense. You got defense, and you got a guy who's gonna do the dirty work starting, right? And then you got a guy coming off the bench, say he's your 6 man for whatever reason. Dirk's playing 6 man. You got a dude who's gonna score anytime he wants to, whether that's face up, fade away from 3, anyway he's gonna score.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Timmy. Timmy's an OG. That dude wears some ripped jeans, some baggy painted jeans, and a big old t-shirt.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, man, that's what I'm going with.
Dang. Sorry, the last question. So, since we're in quarantine, who have you been listening to the most as far as music and stuff?
Man, all right. I'm gonna be honest. So at the beginning of the year, I was going through a rough time. Like my dog died. She was 12 years old. She died. And then like 4 weeks later, my grandpa died, who I lived with in Oklahoma for 7 years. And then I was going through some stuff with my girl. Like we broke up and everything else. And so I was going through a really tough time. So Mac Miller's album that had dropped recently, I don't know if you've heard it.
Yeah.
But like I listened to every song. Like I'm not a big person of getting the mindset to where you're like depressed and everything. So I was trying to stay away from that. But it's like, man, that album was hitting. And it kind of drug into the quarantine. But since then, like the quarantine's actually been nice. It's been nice to kind of reset and just take a deep breath, find out who you are, what you're about, and everything else, and just enjoy, right? And so I've been turning up, bro. I know you see him on Instagram. Anything that's Drake. I'm gonna have to go with Drake.
He just not dropped that mixtape last night.
Boy,
this is
nice.
I like it. Yeah.
People give Drake a bad rap, but man, everything he puts out is gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure he about to have a summer hit. I'm sure since it's already hot, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. So that's Drake for the for the year.
Yeah. So man,
he wants some every year to keep himself. You know what I'm saying.
Let me ask you some questions.
All right. Yeah. What's up?
All right. So what's up with you? You're in college. You playing college? Or you trying to go elsewhere? What's going on?
I am. I'm transferring from Tabor up there. I've talked to a couple schools. I'm actually emailing a coach from Oklahoma Christian, or Oklahoma City University. Excuse me. We've been emailing back and forth. So trying to see what's kind of the best fit for me. I definitely want to kind of come back to Oklahoma. But if not, so be it. But yeah, I'm just trying to, find my way, carve it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Just try to ball, man.
yeah, just trying to hoop. Yeah, really just trying to hoop. Because Kansas was great, but the this wasn't the right fit for me personally. And like the coaches are great. Just what I'm saying. Like I made some friends on the team, everything, but it just wasn't the right fit. So.
No, I feel you, man.
4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, today's not promised or whatever, so I think I have to make the best decision for me. So I ended up redshirting, whatever, and I ended up leaving. So now I'm trying to find these next 4 years I can call it home, you know what I'm saying, and just play and see what's up.
Bro, have you checked Neo out in Miami?
Yeah, I've heard about them, yeah.
They got a nice facility there.
Yeah.
I walked in that thing and I was like, okay. And then they have one of the best JUCO football programs in the nation too.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the Friday nights, of course. Legally.
Yeah, legally.
What are you trying to major in?
I'm doing psychology. I want to be a counselor for prisoners. So I've done, oh gosh, for about so a lady named Kim Weeks, she got me a tour at a prison. I was with her all day last summer, and I got spent the day in the prison with her. And then so because I wanted to do it, but I was kind of skeptical. I was like, oh, I need to actually go to a prison and see. And then so she got me set up with that. And then I ended up loving it, wanted to go back, but it was their private prison, so I really couldn't. And so at Tabor, a girl, one of my classmates, she's really nice. She actually told me about it and was like, hey, like this might be, I saw a flyer on the ground, you might want it. And so so I found out, everything about it. So now I've been doing one-on-one sessions for once a month with the inmate up there.
That's cool,
I've been
man.
doing that for years since pretty much the school started. And so, yeah, so it's a really cool little deal. So I really want to do that. And obviously I want to know how to, edit stuff, set up stuff. And I want to keep doing this probably for as long as I can, because this is really fun to do. So.
Cool, man. I respect it, man. Just always make sure you love what you do. Always make that your career, whatever it is you love, and never settle. Never settle. People might call you crazy too. They call me crazy for going out here, but I'm like, man, okay.
Because I seen, because the thing about you, because like whenever you might not remember this, but it was at lunchtime. You just not got done talking like to my history class, my government class. We went to Chicken Express together. And he was like, man, I'm going to LA. I'm about to do this. And I saw that look in your eye that you really was going to do it and that you really wanted to be something. And ever since then, I was like, yeah, Casey he going to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when I knew. I was like, he was like, hey, man, I'm going to LA, Kev. I'm about to. At first, I was like, oh, I mean, he just, that's a goal. He going to stay here or whatever. And then, you really left. And I was like, he for real.
Yeah. Look, man.
A lot of people here, they be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they never do it. You know what I'm saying? And they never do it, for real.
Give them that look.
Yeah, bro, they never do it. And, people have tons of goals, and they just never end up doing it. So I was happy to see it when you left, you know what I'm saying, that you're actually trying to pursue your dreams and goals, you know what I'm saying? And
of course, man. One of my biggest goals is for me, myself, to be successful so people back home can look at me and say, hey, he just said he was going to do it. He did it and he made it. He did what he said. What he's going to do. Hold on. What's up, dude? Oh, man. What's up, buddy? But these feel like dogs. Yeah, man, it's just to be that example, one of my goals as well is to come back to Southwest Oklahoma, way down the road, and with all the connections and everything I've made, is open up a little hole-in-the-wall agency, whether it's singing, dancing, acting, filmmaking, whatever. And with all my connections, bring people in for little seminars and not be expensive, just simple, right? Just simple, just something that will give those people, those kids, those adults, an idea to say, hey, I can do it. Look at him, he did it. I came from eating cockroaches in my macaroni and cheese and Latin. Yeah. So if I can do it, man, anybody else can do it, no matter what. It's it is what it is. You just write it down, put it on there, and just do it. I mean, yeah, we get lazy, we can procrastinate, we do everything else, but at the end of the day, it's every day that you do something to progress yourself and whatever you want to do. So that's how I feel.
All right, but so Cason, thank you for allowing
me. Hold on. I got one more question for you.
One more question. What's up?
Cut, bench, start. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, LeBron James.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to let you go.
Nah.
Oh man. That's a tough one because I think Larry could play now, especially.
Oh, easily.
You see Luka Doncic doing what he's doing, Larry Bird's, and no matter how slow and athletic he is, Larry would kill him.
Simple. It's tough. Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to start LeBron. I think he's the better of the two.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have to start LeBron, KD, or Larry Bird. Do you already know what you're gonna do?
No, I was just waiting to hear what you said.
To start a franchise, who would I go with?
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I'm gonna have to go with KD.
KD, I respect. I mean, KD, he's an assassin.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying, man.
He's skin and bones.
He's 7 foot. You know what I'm saying? He can do everything on the court that.
I think. I think I do the same though. I think I'd start LeBron, bench KD, and cut Larry. I mean,
tough one, yeah.
they're all great, but with LeBron,
I'm gonna have to do that one.
Yeah, with LeBron, he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do just about everything, and he's so big.
LeBron, like I said, LeBron's greater than probably those two, and so then it's a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with either one. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, you just have athleticism over Larry with KD, and I think that's just what puts you over the top. So
yeah, but man, they both killers, man, in their own little way. So
oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to bench. I'm gonna have to bench Larry. I'm gonna have to cut Larry and then bench KD.
You got your mind racing now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You about to get on 2K. On 2K and do some one-on-ones.
Yeah, that's tough though. Yeah, that's tough. Because like I said, like Luka Doncic, not really the most athletic, not really the most. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of how Larry Bird's rap was. That's all he was.
Smart. Larry was a dog too, man. That dude would talk some smack.
Yeah.
He wasn't afraid of nobody too. He was a dog.
I'm ready for Sunday, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for Sunday.
Bro, greatest series. You can't ruin the last 2 episodes though. I've been trying to watch them. I'm trying to find them on YouTube because I don't have ESPN 3.
Oh, you ain't seen them yet? They was good.
Not 3 and 4.
It was 2 good ones.
See, I thought because I went to the beach Sunday afternoon, not the populated area. It was very not populated, but I figure it's on ESPN. I have ESPN Plus, so I figured I'd get home, be able to watch it, and just stay up all night and watch it. But no, they want to put it on ESPN 3, and I'm like, I don't have ESPN 3. Yeah. And so I tried to YouTube it, but it's in like 720 non-HD looking YouTube channel, and I'm like, man. So I got to figure out what to do to watch that before Sunday.
Yeah, that was 2 good ones. So
dang.
But yeah, for real. But thanks for having me again. So
thank you, bro. Thank you.
You're a big time actor, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get you in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we'll definitely keep in contact. We'll keep, we still talking stuff. So
absolutely, bro. I'm gonna try to ask around and see what I can do for you out here too.
Yeah, for real. So I can't spoil what I got, what I got coming for everybody else. So
hey, do what you gotta do, man.
But man, yeah, but for real. But like I said, thank you once again. So
for sure, bro.
I appreciate it.
Stay in contact.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
All right, bro.